Fun. Hello, world. You're listening to Business Podcasting Made Easy, the influencers formula on the number one global business talk and news network on the internet, IBGR, International Business Growth Radio, the world of business at your fingertips. And we welcome you to Business Podcasting Made Easy, where we give entrepreneurs a roadmap to instant expertise, authority, and thought leadership. And who does not want that?
Amen.
I'm Donna Cundy, co-founder of the IBGR network and producer of, almost 14,000 podcasts that have had over 300,000 downloads. It's amazing.
It certainly is amazing, Donna, and I'm so glad to share this with you. I'm Ben Joya, book coach, strategist, and three-time best-selling author. We're your hosts together for this 13-week journey. Like Donna said, this is your roadmap for how to become a unique expert, authority, or influencer in your field and fast. From there, you can create instant credibility with a high-quality book if you want to. But think about it like this. You've essentially just written it because you've made that podcast. So we call that the influencer's formula, and you'll call it your new best friend. So mark your calendars and listen live each week. With proven practical steps, you will amplify your message and grow your following without losing time, money, and energy. And if you want to plug and play a podcast, it's a little bit of a tongue twister right there that is worth listening to without giving up the rest of your life. And this is very important because our missions are important. We got to make them sustainable. Then keep listening. So before we get started, you can always reach us at influencersformula.com. Once again, that's influencersformula.com.
Beautifully said, Ben. So in these next four episodes, it's a little bit of a mini series. Every time we come together, we will explore how to attract and transform listeners with every word. Make sure you become someone worth listening to with a podcast that not only changes lives, but we also want to give you a roadmap that helps you get there. And you're going to create a roadmap to help them get there. During this next part of the Influencers Formula, you'll discover great storytelling, how to attract and transform your listeners, plus the biggest mistake podcasters make before they even touch the microphone. That means that this podcast is your roadmap for becoming a unique expert, authority, or influencer with more leads, clients, and partners. Listen live so you can amplify your message because you're someone worth listening to without losing time, money, or energy. That's how we want to do it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Donna. And so important to do that recap because as we're taking this journey together, we have to look to where we have come from, right? Taking the wisdom, taking the knowledge and move forward. And that leads us to 13-minute mentor, right? How to attract and transform listeners with leveraged impact and every word, and leading us to our beautiful friend, George Soros. It is much easier to put existing resources to better use than to develop resources where they do not exist. So Donna, can you say a little bit more about that and how that ties into our journey together?
Yeah, I'd love to. Thanks, Ben. So this idea of putting existing resources to work, we keep talking about leveraging the impact, leveraging. And a lot of times when podcasters get behind the microphone, they're just thinking of the audio part of the storytelling. And what we're going to be revealing over the next four episodes is the magic of the written word and really the impact that comes from it, because it's this pre-work. It's this little piece that, and when we were writing the shows, it struck me how much we've spent a lot of time on these episodes because they're so important. This is the foundation here. And when you have these existing resources, you're going to be working smarter, not harder. You're going to be able to get not the one and done, but the one and many.
Yeah, beautifully said. And it's so funny how the small actions, right, the little hinges that swing the big doors are really at play here. Yeah. And that becoming a person worth listening to comes down to solving problems, offering value, and delivering transformation, just in that space of 13 minutes, right? So you're having that impact in 13 minutes, you're getting it done in 13 minutes. Little pieces of the puzzle are what makes all of the big difference here. And being a 13-minute mentor really is what makes you worth listening to.
Yeah, because you're zeroing in on the transformation. And that is the key in this whole thing, that you're telling your listeners, you can have transformation in just 13 minutes at a time when you follow me. in whatever topic that you're talking about. And then you kind of like, and if you can't put 13 minutes into the transformation you want, I can't help you. It's kind of a no-brainer offer that you're putting on the table.
It really is. And I appreciate you saying that, Donna, because the 13 is operating on so many levels here, right? It's the 13 minutes in which you get this done. It's the 13 minutes of transformation that's being offered, pardon me. It's the 13 minutes of commitment from your listener or not, right? That really does make it doable for them. Like they have no excuses other than they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So, just moving from that space of, we talked about your 13 promises as this 13-minute mentor, right? And just going back through and thinking about what are 4 talking points, right? How do you make it really easy? Just do that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And if you were sitting at the eye doctor, because I've got my glasses on right now, if you ever go to the eye doctor and they say number 1 or number 2, and you keep getting clearer and clearer on your vision, you keep getting clearer and clearer each time. That's what we're doing over this 13 weeks is we're starting very broad and introducing you last week to this idea that there is a formula to becoming an influencer. And we talk, we're like amazed a little bit that I think I am, but that it's all numbers. It's all numbers. That's what makes it predictable. And so last week you learned the formula. This week we're going to talk about how to follow the formula to become that 13-minute mentor. So grab a pen, take some notes if you're not driving. If you are, listen to it again when you can take notes. So we go back to the promises. You remember those 13 promises from last time. And by the way, if you're just joining us now, there are 4 other episodes that you'll want to go back to listen to at theinfluencersformula.com. That's where they are. It's 13 minutes each. You can set aside 13 minutes to learn about the promises. We're going to now go back and add 4 talking points to each of those broad topics. So last week you thought, okay, I've got 13 weeks. I'm going to make 13 promises every week. And you're going to do it in 4 steps. What are the 4 steps to the promise? You want to write them out. If you want to know what to say, you don't know what to say. Well, we're going to break that down for you. So keep listening. We got about 5.5 minutes left to get you this transformation that you want. But in a nutshell, what are your people's biggest pain and challenges? What are their goals and dreams? And how do you love to serve? Choose one for each episode. It's that easy. And again, go ahead.
Yeah, it really is, Donna. I just, kind of champing at the bit here to say, oh my God, it's so easy. Right. And it doesn't mean that there isn't some work sometime, but it is so easy to have a roadmap. And, before we go further, just saying to you listeners right now, if you want that instant expertise, authority, thought leadership, whatever you want to call it, thanks to your podcast, and not only your podcast, but a podcast that works for your business, right? You can get it done in 13 weeks in just 13 minutes at a time. Follow the roadmap, but do it with Donna, right? Do it with the crew. Connect with us today at influencersformula.com, right? As Donna said before, influencersformula.com, and we will help you with this because we love this kind of math, right? Yeah. Just 1 hour a week for 13 weeks gives you 52 podcast episodes, one relevant outcome for your audience in every show. Right? You get that done in 13 weeks. I mean, I want to say it again and again, right? All you have to do is talk for 13 minutes strategically, what you know about your people, right? 4 simple steps a week. I mean, Donna, I'm going to start going blah, blah, blah in a moment. So take it from here, please.
Well, we're recording, doing this show on video because you're in California, I'm in Virginia, and we come together over the Ethernet. And I'm just smiling out loud. I don't know if people can hear it in my voice, how it just really comes together. Again, the predictability of the numbers, just 13 minutes to record each episode. I have a timer that I watch to say, Ben, we're coming up on the end of our 13 minutes. And, we both are watching the clock because we want to make sure that we get that transformation in there, but just 13 minutes strategically. Let's put that in there. So strategically, you can't just sit and put your timer down and blather.
Right. Totally. And Donna, thank you for saying strategically, because it's the strategy. It's the strategy of exactly what I meant to say. Yeah, I mean, it's the time and it's the strategy of understanding, as you heard earlier today, right? What are your people's biggest challenges, fears? What do they want? How do you know that about them? Like, are you just guessing that because you're an expert and you've served a bunch of your people? Now, that doesn't mean it's not true, but what do your people need today?
Yeah.
What do your people need right now? Are you actually having conversations with them? So part of the strategy of these 13 minutes and leveraging the 13 minutes is that you are speaking to your people, because that is the foundation of all of this. Right, Donna?
Absolutely. And we're modeling it. That's the beauty of it. We're modeling the formula every week as we do these shows, as we do these episodes. So 4 simple steps a week, 13 minutes to record each episode. Or you can do like we do and go live. We do live podcasting at ibgr.network. That's another conversation, but you can, however you want to do it, 13 weeks. And when you discipline yourself to do 4 episodes for 13 weeks, 1 hour a week, what you end up is that 52 episodes. Let that sink in for a minute, because it's 52 episodes. What else is 52? Well, you got 52 weeks in a year. So you do 13 weeks of content creation, and we're going to go deeper and deeper and deeper into how you're going to leverage that. But you have a year's worth of marketing content that you create in just 13 weeks. It's incredible. 4 simple steps. Set the timer for 13 minutes and get going. This is what we want you to do. Take action. Imagine solving problems, offering value, delivering transformation to the people you serve every 13 minutes.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's so incredible. And you have the show notes, right? We'll talk about show notes. You'll have the show notes right there. It's written content right there. There are tweets, there are short LinkedIn posts, right? You have articles, you have the makings of the book. If you'd like to write a book.
You're letting the cat out of the bag. You're giving it all.
Hey, because once you see something, you can't unsee it. And why not do it? And why not leverage it?
Yeah. It's time. It's time for transformation to ripple across the world. And that's why we're doing this, is you can be in more than one place at one time with your voice and your message with your book and your podcast. And you know what, Ben, we got to wrap this one up, because this is the end of this, our 13 minutes. This is episode 5, the 13-minute mentor, how to attract and transform listeners with leveraged impact and every word. This is Business Podcasting Made Easy with Donna Kunde and Ben Joya. We thank you for listening. We're going to come back with 3 more in this series, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Thanks.